Good morning, everyone. This is day one of Drumming on the Deck, and my name is Rick Lohr, and I teach at Middlebury Elementary School and Heritage Intermediate School. So the supplies that you should have for this day one, and actually all week, will be some sort of sticks like drumsticks and a bucket or a box or something you can hit. We will be using a bucket that looks like this because we need to use the rim and the top, and we will be clicking sticks. So if you don't have that with you right now, go and get those supplies, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is practice echoing back and forth, just using body percussion, which is patting, clapping, snapping. So I'm gonna do something and you're gonna do it back. So I'm gonna be waiting for you to respond back to me. So let's start out with something easy. I'll do it, then you do it. Okay, so again, patting, clapping, or snapping, you just echo back. Here we go. Here's a hard one. So that gets our mind thinking about the rhythm and echoing back, because that's how we're going to learn our first piece, our first section of this bucket drumming. So I have my sticks, and you might have drumsticks, you might have something else, and I have my bucket here. And I'm just gonna play mostly on the top part. I'm not gonna play along the edge. I'm gonna play on the top part. Mine has a circle in the middle, and I'm gonna avoid that. I'm just gonna play around the edge. Yours might not have a circle. We're just gonna be using the top part for this next exercise. So I'm gonna play something again. Instead of using body percussion, I'm going to play and you're gonna echo back, okay? If I use hands together, I want you to try to use hands together. If I alternate my hands, that means I use one at a time, then I want you to do that as well. You may choose whichever hand you want to use first, okay? I'm right-handed, so I'm gonna use my right hand probably first. If you're left-handed, you can use your left hand. I'm just concerned about the alternating. So if I do hands together, do that. If I alternate, then you alternate as well. Okay? So here we go. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. I'm gonna start doing rim also, the rim of the drum. This has a different sound than the center. So you're gonna have to use your ears and your eyes to figure out if I'm using the rim or the edge or the center of the drum. So either the edge or the center. I'm also going to click sometimes. So you echo back using the exact same thing that I just did. So if I use the center or the rim or click, you try that. Here's an example. So let's say I go, I did center, center, rim, rim, rim. Okay, so you would do that. And if you listen, you can hear the difference. Okay, if you don't have a bucket and you're using a box, just use the edge of the box. The other thing I've noticed is that some people like to use the rim that's closest to them. I like to use the one that's furthest away. It doesn't matter to me what you do as long as you are trying to get a different sound. The clicking of the sticks, you want to hold one stick steady and the other one clicks. You don't want to go sticks like that. One stick is held, one stick is clicked. Let's try it. So I play, you play. Good. So now we use the three basic things we're going to be doing for the drumming, which is sticks, the top part, and the edge or the rim of the bucket. So we're going to start by just learning the rhythm of the first section. Today we're going to be learning the A section, and then every day we're going to be adding another section until we have a really long song. So today we're going to learn the first part of it, and we're going to call that the A section because it's the first one. So it basically has two rhythms. The first rhythm goes like this. I'll do it one more time. Some of you might know counting like ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. Some of you might know 1, 2, and 3, 4. Some of you might not know any counting at all. So if you just memorize that pattern, you're going to do that 3 times, that same rhythm. So let's try it together. 1, 2, ready, go. Second time. Third time. So we did that 3 times. Let's try it one more time. Do that same rhythm, ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, 3 times. Ready, go. So we did that 3 times. Now there's a special ending. The ending is you'd clap 8 times in a row. So you're going to do something 8 times. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or T, 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 or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and before you start over again. So the ending is this. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or you can think 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or you can think T, 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 T. I like counting to 8 because sometimes if you're doing T, 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 T over and over again, it gets difficult to remember exactly what you're doing. So we add those 2 different rhythms together. The first one, remember, we did it 3 times, the ta, ti, ti, ta, ta, 3 times, and then we do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1 time. Let's try it together. 1, 2, ready, go. Second time. Third time. Ending. Good. Now we have to do that 2 times in a row. So we're going to do that whole section twice. So we do the 3, and then the 8, and then 3, and then 8. Here we go. So 2 times. 1, 2, here we go. Third time. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 8. Now, this is something you might want to practice. If it's tricky for you, after we get done today with this video, you could probably practice that, getting it in your head, rewatching this if you need to, because that's really important that you understand that pattern before we add the sticking and the drumming. So let's pretend like that's perfect. You have that in your head, and you know exactly what to do. Now we're going to transfer it to the bucket. But we're going to do small sections at a time. So this A section uses the top part of the bucket and the rim only. So I'm going to start with my right hand. You can start with whichever hand you wish. And one hand is going to be on the center of the drum, and the other hand is going to be on the edge. And those never switch during this section. So the first rhythm was ta, ti, ti, ta, ta. We're just going to do the first ta and the first ti. So I have 1 stick here on the edge, 1 in the center. Here's how it goes. First you hit the center, and then you hit the edge. So it's, then you hit the center again. So it's center, edge, center. So that's the ta, ti, ti. Then you hit the center 2 times. So it goes ta, ti, ti, center, center. Center, edge, center, center, center. It sounds like this. Okay. Again, center, edge, center, center, center. Now we're going to add one more edge. So we're going to take that center off the end of that, the other ta, and we're going to go like this. Center, edge, center, center, edge. So let's try it together. Okay, and this again is something that would probably be something you would want to practice if it's difficult for you to do while we're doing it together. So again, 1 stick in the center, 1 on the edge, and here we go. So we're just going to do it lots of times. Edge, edge, keep going. So we did it more than 3 times. But in our A section, we're going to do it 3 times, and then we're going to add the 8 at the end. The 8 at the end is very simple. You're moving your stick from the edge to the center, and you're just going to alternate your hands doing 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 before you start over. The tricky part is remembering that the ending is different than the other part you just did where you do it 3 times in a row. So let me play the A section for you. You can follow along. I think you should just watch first, and then we'll do it together a few times. So first, my stick is in the center and then the edge, and I'm going to do that 3 times, and then I'm going to go that 8. Okay? So here we go. Then 8. Okay, one more time. Watching. If you want to try it, you can. 8. And if you click your sticks accidentally like I did, that's not a big deal. Okay, now let's try it together. We're going to do it slow like that. We'll do it 1 time and then stop. And then we're going to try to do it 2 times in a row. Here we go. So stick here, stick on the rim. 1, 2, together, go. Third time. And then you would start over. So let's try to do it 2 times in a row this time. Remember, you do the first rhythm 3 times, and then you do 8, and then we start over. Here we go. 1, 2, together, go. Second time. Third time. Back to the beginning. Ending. So that is 1 time through the whole A section. So you're doing that part that we learned 2 times, but that's the only 1 A section. Let's do it one more time so you get it in your head. And then if you still are having trouble, a good idea would be to practice it. Watch the video again, see if you can get a little better at it. Because tomorrow, on day 2, we're going to be adding to this section a new section. So we got to get this one really, really down so that tomorrow's not so hard. Okay, stick center, edge. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Third time, bending. Third time. Good. So we've done it 2 times, and that's what you need to get used to. If you're really good at it and you feel like you've got it really down, one thing you can add is at the end, you can, instead of just playing the 8 at the same volume, you can start softer, quietly, and get a little louder. We call that a crescendo. So at the end, if you want to go, so it's not all the same volume. Again, you start softer, get a little louder on each one, so then when you get back to the beginning, it just gives it a little interest to have it get a little louder at the end. So you have a little assignment for tomorrow, so you can get ready for tomorrow, and the assignment is work on this until you have it in your brain and in your hands so well that you don't have to think about it, because tomorrow we're going to review a little bit, but we're going to be adding another section. So I hope you enjoyed today. I think you all probably have a good idea of what to do. Just takes a little practice. Don't get frustrated. Just take it slow, watch the video again, and practice. So I will see you tomorrow.